Hi, this is Tom, and in this video I'm going to continue the previous video where we looked at the sample space and the probabilities associated with rolling a single die. Now, in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to roll two dice. Roll two dice. So, before we do anything, let's have something we want to figure out. Find the probability. I'll write the words, and then we'll write the symbols too. The probability of a sum of 5. The next one will be the probability of a sum less than or equal to 5. And finally, and the probability of a sum less than 5. Less than 5. This will give us 3 good examples to work with. Now, this first one here, this first one says the probability of a sum of a 5. We would write that in math notation as P, this stands for probability. Probability that our outcome or our set of outcomes are equal to 5. The second one we'd write as the probability that our outcomes are less than or equal to 5. And our third probability is written probability x is strictly less than 5. And so this is our goal, is to find these. Now, here's the key. When we roll 2 dice, you're better off if you think of the dice as 2 different dice for the sake of keeping track. So let's say that we have we have a red die. That one looks something like this. Okay, obviously that doesn't look like a very fair die as it looks kind of flat and torted. And maybe we also have a blue die, and so it looks like this. Okay, something like that. Who knows? Now, here's the thing. If you were to, we'll start with, since I wrote the red first, let's do this. If I was to have a red die and I roll it, I could have a 1. I could have a 2. I could have a 3. I could have a 4. I could have a 5. Or I could have a 6. And these are all the things that can happen if I roll a red die. Now, we also have to consider all the different things that can happen if you have a blue die. Well, a blue die, you could roll a 1, you could roll a 2, you could roll a 3, a 4, 5, or a 6. So then what we do is we're only interested in their sums. So I'm going to put a big plus over here to indicate that what we're seeing are pluses. So if I have a red 1 and a blue 1, I add those together, that would be a 2. If I have a red 1 and a blue 2, that would be a 3. If I have a red 1 and a blue 3, that would be a 4. And I can continue on like this to fill out all the different things that can happen. So a 2 from the red and a 1 from the blue, that would be a 3. If I continue on this, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could have a 5, 6, 7, an 8, 9, 10. We have a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, a 10, 11. And finally, 6 and a 1 would be a 7. 6 and a 2 is an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And now I can answer the questions. So let's take a look at these, and I'll color code these to keep track. So let's do this first one. We'll do this in purple. The first one we'll do in purple. So the probability that our sum is 5. Well, let's see. So what I would do is I'd go circle all the 5s. Well, here's a 5, and wait, there's another 5, and another 5, and another 5. So let's see. Remember, the probability equals, it's the number of desired outcomes divided by the size of our sample space, n. Well, in this problem, the number of desired outcomes, there's 4. And now if we look at the total things that can happen, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 in each row. There's 6 rows. That would be 36 different things that can happen with just 2 dice. And so you can leave it as 4 over 36, or if you want, you can reduce it and write it as 1/9. Either is fine. Okay, let's try another one. We'll try this one in green. So the next one we'll do the probability that x is less than or equal to 5. So less than or equal to 5, well, everything that's less than, that's all the 4s. Oh, 3s, those are also less than 5, so I'd circle those. 2, that's less than. And now notice that this has the equals on it, so that means that these 5s are also going to be counted again. So I'll try to kind of offset my circle so the first color and the second color don't mesh too much. Now if I count them up, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 different things that can happen. So I'd write this as 10 over 36. And if you wanted, you could reduce that and write that as 5 over 18. Okay, let's try one more. What colors do I have? How about pink? That pink's pretty bright. Let's try the pink. Easy to see. Okay, so the last one says, well, what's the probability that x is strictly less than 5? Okay, so in this case now I'm looking at things like the 4. Those are all less than 5s. The 3s. And the 2. So if I count those, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 different ways to have a sum less than 5. And again, I still have 36 different things that can happen. If you want, you can reduce this and you can write that as 1/6.